Some homemade chili, piece of cornbread right here. Yum, yum, yum. Some Pepsi. And a kitty cat leg warmer. My bestest buddy. Today was an odd day. I mean, a lot of action going on in a few days' time makes a guy tired. And being old, you get extra tired. And I talked to a friend, FaceTime, God, 5 hours or more yesterday. And we just talked and talked and talked like it was almost like a therapy session, which was nice. I know the things he was telling me was pretty much what you would tell a therapist. He's getting a lot off his chest, and he's reached an age, he's 69, and he has a demanding job as a musician in a band. And you go from one place to another place to another place, and you always have to be up, quote unquote up, like full of energy and all that. And lately, his body's starting to tell him, I don't think so. Just like my body. Today, my back's killing me. Hard to stand up, and it's hard to get up, and it's really hurting. And the sky was really overcast. The sun came out, but it's supposed to rain. So, anybody with quote unquote old football injuries are going to feel it. They're going to feel it. Early this morning, we had the trash out. I went to Walmart to get a couple things. I come back and the recyclables had been emptied. So I left the car out in the driveway and I took it through the garage and I wheeled the bin and put it to the side of the house. And then later in the day I checked to see if the trash had been picked up. There was a guy wandering around with a yellow vest. And I guess he works for the trash company. He put a notice on our trash can, a big plastic hang tag, and so he circled what was not acceptable in the trash bin. He said paper. Really? I didn't see, there was only one piece of paper that I saw floating around in there. It's one I picked up after the recyclable guy came through, and the neighbor had a label or packaging that had their name and address on it. It was laying in the street, and I don't want this place to look like a trash dump, so I picked it up and threw it in the trash can. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that. I saw the guy up the street, young kid, like first job type young kid, and he was going from trash can to trash can, peeking inside. And if people had offenses, he'd write them down on a clipboard, and he'd put one of those tags on He said, oh, it's still going to be picked up. We just want to alert people. A couple years ago, it was mandated that you separate your recyclables from your trash, from your vegetation, like bushes, grass, or trimmings of flowers and stuff. And he says they're going to start enforcing it. What that means, I don't know. But, this society and government and everything's coming at you from every which way. You just want to scream and crawl back in your hole. Not that hole. Oh my God, I was so tired when I was finished talking to, what do I call him? I'll just call him Bobby. When I was done talking to Bobby, I was just falling asleep talking to him. I was so tired. But it was really interesting. He's from the East Coast. My cousin is from the same place he grew up. We had a lot in common to talk about. And he said, I've never been able to talk to anybody, especially a woman, like this. Kind of a compliment. But I can talk to anybody. And I grew up playing with the neighbor boy and hanging out with guys, and I have 2 sons, and 2 grandsons, so I understand the male perspective. And it's interesting, like if he has questions about the female perspective, he can ask me. If there's something I've always wondered about, I can ask him. which is really nice. We have the same feelings towards society, which makes it nice. Even if we didn't, I would still try to find out why and how that they think the way they do. Kind of like an investigative reporter, whatever. Anyway, I was tired. They had gone to, Ashley took the kids to her sister's for a while. And it was quiet. And I was going to make chili with some of the things that I got from the store. But I thought, I'll take a nap. 2 hours later, it was really, really welcome nap, I tell you. The cat and I napped. And they came back, and I made a big pot of chili. And that there, the electric kettle. And the grocery store had soda on sale, so I got some. They also had Ben & Jerry's finally on sale, $3.99 for a pint. And I got strawberry cheesecake and a new flavor, chocolate cheesecake swirl or chocolate something. It's real chocolatey looking. Ooh, that ought to be good. Oh. Ben & Jerry's, you can sponsor me if you want. Even though I'm lactose sensitive or whatever you want to call that, I will promote Ben & Jerry's forever. I love Ben & Jerry's. I worked for one of their stores once. And it's really interesting, just like that movie, oh crap, what was it called? The one with Billy Crystal in it. Where the two guys that were taking a luxury dude ranch vacation, that were supposed to be like Ben & Jerry, that they had an ice cream business and they could tell what kind of person you were by what kind of ice cream you ate and shows. And it is like that. It's like being a bartender. You can kind of tell what kind of person that they are by the ice cream that they choose. Or you can kind of tell if they are a certain ethnicity. We had a family of Mexicans come in back in St. Louis. And they ordered vanilla or strawberry. Those were the basic ice creams that they knew. They didn't know all weird flavors with all kinds of doodads in it. One boy, he was my cookie shake. Cookies and cream ice cream in a milkshake. He always got the same thing. I saw him coming. I go, hey, cookie shake, how you doing? And we had a rabbi and his family come in. They were very strict in what they ate. Is this kosher? Is that kosher? Is this kosher? Yeah, yes. And we had a sign on the wall saying how much butter fat was in each one and how many calories, etc., etc. I liked, that was a great job. It was a good job. It's a job, You had to do certain things right. And dealing with food, you had to be sanitary and make sure everything was just so. But it was a good job. My boss, Max, and family moved out here. It lives in Laguna Beach or something. The Laguna Niguel. I don't know places out here. But he just delights in having an orange tree in his backyard. He plays the piano semi-professionally. One day I've got to hear him play. But he's the nicest guy. He'd give you the shirt off his back. And there were a couple times my car didn't start. And he came and helped me start the car. He took his dog out for a walk, supposedly. Came and helped me. And the nicest guy. The nicest guy. I'll probably go to bed early again tonight. It's like there are days when the gravity knob seems to be turned up all the way and everything falls on the floor. Well, today it's the tiredness knob. And I wasn't the only one. There were a lot of people in the store and stuff commenting how tired they were and be dragged out. Could be emotional too. It could be all the crapola we get shoved in our face every day if we watch or listen to news. I haven't been, and I haven't been on the computer lately or anything. I went on the computer to sign the forms to get my pittance that I won from the game show. The show that I had to deal with, or we filmed 2 of them, and either one of them I might be on. I was sitting in the very front. It will air September 10th. And it's interesting. It's a real interesting process. I can't tell you anything about it because it would negate the possibility of my prize being forfeited. Whether it's a trip around the world or $50, I can't tell you. I think you would know if I won a trip around the world. They didn't have that for a prize, but they did have some really cool prizes, though. I made chili. I'm going to have some ice cream, even though it's cold and I'm cold. Turn my little fireplace back on and have some ice cream. I bought a little $1 container of cotton candy, which is basically sugar that's been whipped up into filaments. I know, it's some of the worst things, but it's almost like I'm having a hard time. I need to baby myself. Yeah. And my friend said, oh, by the way, when you were at the concert and you were talking to so-and-so and you bought his book and all that, I just got to tell you. I said, what? He goes, he and his wife had COVID. Oh. So I took a test last night, negative. So, and I have had a booster. So, oh boy, the gift that keeps giving, right? Finally, I can breathe again and everything. The area on my right kidney is hurting again. I don't know if it's a muscle or if it's something. I don't know. That makes it hard for me to move and get up and all that. And, the older I get, the more I sit and think about when am I not going to be able to do things anymore. And it bums me out big time because I'm very independent. Even if I don't go anywhere with the grocery store, when I want to go, I go. If you are relying on someone else, you can't just go and do when you want to. And as I age, I think more and more about that. And there's so much. I've been catching up on my vlogs. I want to write the Malcolm the Moose 3rd book, where he goes to a fun fair, amusement park type of thing with his buddy. And also want to start playing the piano again and write down my tunes and maybe copyright them. Because there's 4 tunes that I have. And if I copyright them and someone decides to do something with one of the tunes and elaborate on it, I might get a penny or 2. I don't know how that goes. Let's see, it's almost April. My friend Manolis Pascalidis, he's on YouTube as well. He's from Greece. His birthday's coming up. I think it's the 1st of April. Yeah, and Spencer forgot that I wasn't over there. He came out through the dog door and then he went back in through the dog door. Says, I'll see you through the window. I'll let you in or whatever. He wanted to come over here. I still have stuff laying around. I need to consolidate. I need to figure out how to do things better. Be more efficient. That's the German in me, I guess. Oh, I hear someone squealing over there. Well, how long have I talked? Oh, God, where's my glass? Oh, there, I'm way back on my head. Ooh, 15 minutes? Nah. Well, I'm going to enjoy it tonight, I believe, so cheers to all everybody, and take care of yourselves. I love you. I'm glad you're there. We got to stick together because we're all in it together. Upward and onward.